Hello everyone, this is Lori from Grammy's Keepsakes, and I'm coming to you today because we're going to start working on our August design team project for Artzology. This is what we're going to make today. It opens up and then it is a little pocket. And here I've got a watch face and a pressed flower underneath it from my garden. And it just ties up. And I've got a little charm here on the end. It says, "Live the dream." So this is what we're going to make. And the kits that I've used are right here. There are the Artzology tear strips, Collage tear strips. You get 2 pages, and they're number 255. And they're beautiful fall autumn colors. I just love them. And then I'm also going to use even more labels, number 249. And it comes in this red, this sepia brown color, and this blue. Beautiful labels. So they're on Artzology on Etsy, and I will put the link below in the description box. And what I've done for the labels is I've printed them 5x7s, 2 on a page. And we're going to use the red ones and the brown ones today. And I printed all these on photo paper, so they're nice, beautiful colors. Okay, let's get started. I have cut a piece of craft cardstock 5 inches by 11 inches, and we're going to score it at 3 and at 7. And then we're also going to turn it this way, so 5 is at the top, and I'm going to score it 1/2 inch and at 4.5. Because we're making a library pocket with a flap. And now I'm just going to grab my scissors, and what I'm going to do is leave this little 3-inch portion. That's going to be the pocket. I want to leave this here, so we're going to cut this and this off. And I cut the score marks off because they'll interfere with the folding, so they go away. And when I get to that intersection, I just go ahead and angle it, flip it over to this side, and discard that. We don't need it. Now for the library pocket part, I'm going to just fold up here and grab my bone folder, and I flip it over and fold these over. Okay, I'm not going to glue it together yet, and then we're going to fold this down. And I've left this long because we're going to trim it off, but I don't know where yet. Because what we're going to do is use a watch face, clock face, and we're going to position that, and depending on where we're going to have it as to how much this I can cut away. But I know I'm going to cut away at least a ½ inch. But what I'm going to do first is go ahead and let's collage this, and then we can do our trimming afterwards. So let's just have some fun. Get some of this mess cleaned up. I'm going to use my Oohoo glue stick, and let's just layer on some layers. I've got some green masking paper. And I'm going to use those two edges. Get my head in the way, sorry about that. And just press those on. And here I've got some book page. This is from my gardening encyclopedia. So let's just put some of that on here too. Let's trim this side and use, I don't want to use these bold words. So I'm just going to rip a raw edge here. And let's just ink it up a little bit. I'm going to use Vintage Photo Distress ink. Nice natural colors. Okay, and let's use some of our collage paper from Artzology. And I'm going to grab my tear ruler. And this is by Plaid. Let's ink this side up too. It's such pretty collage. I just love it. I love the fall. Summers are too hot for me. I don't really care for the winter much, but I love the fall. If it could just be spring or fall all year, I would be one happy Grammy, that's for sure. I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and glue that on. And it's a little short, but we're going to trim some of that off. So we're good. I'm going to go ahead and trim off a ½ inch now so we can kind of get a closer eyeball of it. Yeah. And we're going to punch a hole, and we need to collage this as well. But let's go ahead, and so I know where to punch my hole, I'm going to make a little mark so I know where the top of this pocket is. So my hole has got to be in here. Now, how do I know what size hole to make? I've taken my hole punches and I've punched a hole, and so I can look to see, you know, what I would like. And for this one here, I used the large one because it was so large. And this one, I'm going to use this small one because it seems to fit really nice there. And it's not binding, so that's the one I'm going with. And so that would be the 1 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to place it in here, and I'm going to go all the way to the stop, and I'm lining up that mark here so I've got some margin, and I'm going to go ahead and punch. That's where my hole is. And now I've got a cute little decoration for something else. Okay, let's go ahead and cover this craft up. I don't know. I don't think I want to use book page on the bottom this time. Let's see how. Yeah, let's do that, because my little flower that I've pressed, I think it looks really nice on the green. So let's go ahead and make this the green. And let me grab my tear ruler again. Make it into a size that is easy to work with. Go ahead and open it up. And I'm just going to apply glue to the entire pocket. And press it on. Now we can fold it, and I can trim away my excess. Well, that works. It just folded over. And this side, go ahead and, well, I'll just put a little glue there, and we can fold that one over also. Makes for a neater edge, doesn't it? No rules in crafting, remember that. Okay, and here I've got some excess on here, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that off also. And let's go ahead and, no, let's not glue it yet, because I've got to get a brad in there. So we're going to get my little, okay, let's do the flower. Let's do the brad now. And kind of centering it. Okay, it's gonna go there. Here, let me put the glue is drying out. Let's get rid of it. Here we go. And I'm just gonna punch a hole here for the brad. And put that in there. And spread the legs. Maybe, if I can get my fingers in there. Okay. And I'm going to use a 3/4 inch hole punch. And I'm going to go ahead and punch myself a hole so that I can cover that up. And I have my circle, and I'm going to cut it. And then just go ahead and place that on there. Now when I go to insert something in there, it's not going to get hung up. And here I've got some trimming to do also. Now we can go ahead and glue this down. And I'm just going to use art glitter glue, dries clear, because that's what I have. I love that fine tip applicator. And now we need to punch a hole for our eyelet and our little closure. So I'm going to go ahead and find my center. Let's punch some holes. Find some paper. Let me see if I can get a hole punched out of this. Grab a pokey tool. See if I can manipulate it into the center. Well, let's just go with some of the writing. And of course, the rest of it's stuck in there. But that's okay. It'll come out. Yep, and it did. So there's a little donut. So I'm going to glue this to this, and let's put some more art glitter glue because we just used that glue stick. So I'm going to put some art glitter glue in there. And makes my button there a little bit stronger. And I'm going to find the center roughly. And now I can use my crocodile and punch a hole. See if I can find my mark. can't, oh, there it is. I'm making sure that it looks nice for both of the margins. So then I can go ahead and punch my hole. And grab my little eyelet. Oh, you know, I think what I need to do is make myself a little spacer in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this small and just go ahead and punch a couple holes there. Now I'm going to use the 1/4 inch and try to center that over the hole. Punch and punch again and get those out. And now I've got 2 little donuts. So what I want to do is glue those onto this paper, back of my button. And that's just going to give me a little bit more room to wrap and tie that cord for my closure. All right, that looks good. Now I can go ahead and put that in here. And there we go, perfect. All right, let's grab the corner rounder and round these corners. My poor little punch has seen better days. Okay, and I notice I have some edge here at the top, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim that. And we can ink around it. I like the look of the inking. Okay, now let me grab some cord. I want this tied down before we try to put that in there so that it gets put in the right spot. So I've got some pearl cotton, and it's a variegated. Nice fall colors. So I'm just going to get a little bit of a length. And put my ends together. And the ends through the loop. And then around this brad. And I hope I didn't put the brad on too tight. That would be disappointing. Okay, so let's just do it that works. All right. And then I'll just tie it. Got to do whatever works, right? Fumble fingers at work. And then we're going to just tie it around here. Okay, now got to get our little flower. And in my mess, where did I put my little flower? Okay. That's so pretty. Okay, and I'm going to use, let's get some of my tools out of the way so I don't make a bigger mess. We're going to use some glossy accents, but to glue that flower down, I'm going to go ahead and put some art glitter glue on that. So I just want to carefully lift that up, and let's put some glue down here. Not too much, but enough to catch the flower so it's not going to just float around. Okay, and here's my little clock face. And I'm going to grab a little bit of a paper towel and try to wipe it a little bit in case I have my fingerprints all over it. And I'm going to put the glossy accents in a puddle here on this scrap paper. Now I grabbed a couple of toothpicks, but of course I can't find them. They're here somewhere. So we're gonna punt. We'll use something else. Oh, found my toothpicks. I gotta clean this mess up. So what I'm gonna do is, let's wipe that again, is I'm gonna dab the glossy accents onto the edges here. So this will stick. This is plastic. The other one I used was glass. But anything works. Glossy accents is a great adhesive. It sticks metal things really well also. Okay, hopefully I didn't get too much. And then what I'm going to do is just place it in the hole and push it down. That's why I had the hole first, so I know where to put it. So now we can open it up, and there we have it. Now we're going to let this dry. It's going to take a while. So let's go ahead and wrap this. And I've got this little cute charm. Beads would work too, or a button, or just about anything. And I'm just going to go ahead and tie it. And then we can cut off the excess. I'm so sorry, I forgot to put my phone on silent, and it's been going off like crazy. Okay, so we need a couple little labels. So let's put, like right here, I want a nice little label. Let's use one of our brown ones. And you could print this on cream paper also, but I am going to just use my distress tool and give it some aging. I'm going to use the vintage photo again. I think I'm going to use the brush so I don't get any real bad marks. The brush gives you such a nice softer edge. I like the sponge tool for the edges, but when I'm going to color the whole thing, I like the brush. Then we just go ahead and glue that on. Okay, and let's put a label on the front too. Right there. And let's use a red one for that. I used regular copy paper when I printed these in the 5x7 because I knew I was going to just use them in collaging. You could actually fussy cut all the little fancy scallop edges, but I'm just winging it. And this red burgundy color looks so nice with this kit. And let's go ahead and get rid of the blinding white. And here we have our little library card pocket with a flap, with a little pressed flower, and let's go ahead and cut this to size. So we've got our little, we'll go ahead and distress it a little bit on the edges. And if you want to, you could collage this side of it too. So here we have our cute little project. This looks like my first one's a little bit bigger, but it looks better with that large size. This one looks good for this size. But that's my project for today. I've got some more ideas to use with the tear strips, and we'll be back to show you those, and then we'll make a journal. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.